I really like that she sticks with the truth. And even when things get really complicated, completely out of hand, she's dealing with some really big political case with some really powerful people. And it was not on social media also then. मैं सबको कहती थी I'm a very private person, so I won't be on social media. Then I did my debut film Heart Attack, and my director Puri Jagannath told me, he was like, "Why aren't you on Instagram?" And I said, "No, I'm a very private person. I don't." This is a pulp fiction genre. It's masala entertainment. She is a lawyer, but it's in the fun space totally, and it's a show that you're supposed to have fun. So unless I commit to having fun myself, the audience won't. Hi, this is Adah Sharma, and you're watching me on IWMBuzz.
Hi everyone, this is Kunal Kothari. You're watching me on IWMBuzz. और मेरे साथ एक ऐसे पर्सन है ना जिनके नाम के ही multiple meanings, multiple गाने ना जाने कितनी multiple चीजें हैं. And it only seems fitting that now we're here to talk about a show where she's playing not one but multiple characters. Of course, I'm talking about Adah Sharma. Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going very, very well.
And it's only fitting that we start with it, right? So
Thank you for that. Lovely.
Of course. Absolutely. And because we start with that right away. You're playing multiple characters, and आपकी social media presence भी सब जानते हैं. You are so good at just somehow getting these accents and somehow getting this quirk to everything, right? So, but my question is that when you're an actor and when you're doing stuff like this, when you're playing something जिसकी direct होती है या किसी का एक तरीका होता है, there's always a worry कि यार what if it doesn't get it shouldn't get stereotypical, it shouldn't cross a line, जहाँ पे किसी को offense भी उसका हो जाए. So is it something that you're very conscious of when you're doing something like this, or is it like यार flow में जो हो जाएगा वो जाएगा?
No, I think as an actor, कोई भी अगर आप ड्रामा कर रहे हो, कॉमेडी कर रहे हो, रो रहे हो, हंस रहे हो, once you get conscious, it's gone. End. If you're crying and then you say, "Oh, but my face looks horrible," gone, over. If you're doing something funny or you're like, "Oh, are they going to make fun of?" No. As an actor, be okay with people poking fun at you. Be okay with people hating it. Be okay with everything, and then you might get a really good performance. Is what I believe. So I follow that. I don't get scared. Once you're doing a role, commit to it and go all out. And this is a pulp fiction genre. It's masala entertainment. She is a lawyer, but it's in the fun space totally, and it's a show that you're supposed to have fun. So unless I commit to having fun myself, the audience won't.
Absolutely, that makes sense. And again, it's what you fittingly said, कि pulp fiction genre हमारे यहाँ पे नहीं हुआ था explore. गिन के maybe दो तीन नाम हैं जो that comes to your recollection. What's also interesting about that is that उसमें भी ये होता है कि when you're trying to make something so masala, so pulpy, there's also always a line which is easily crossed and probably gets crazy. And especially the teaser, what I saw is very interesting. बहुत सारी चीजें. It's so stupid also. There's a villain which has some nails bit into it. So when stuff like that comes to you, it's all there in the script as well. As an actor, when you read it and when the execution happens, what is the kind of thing that surprises you the most, and what's the kind of thing that you're like, oh okay, this is too much, I shouldn't, ये कहीं और नहीं चला जाना चाहिए.
नहीं चला for Reeta Sanyal सब चला जाना चाहिए, cross all lines.
Right.
सब हदें पार करो और फिर करो. Then only the show is going to be what it is, and that magic. It is larger than life. It is like when you read comic books, you don't say, "Hey, ये villain क्यों उड़ रहा है?" No, we have villains who can fly, villains who are super villains. So Reeta has to almost become, she's human, but she's to almost become superhero-esque to deal with such situations, and you have to enjoy that space because that's that world. So if you're doing a movie like Kerala Studio Buster, it's a real space जहाँ पे you're really talking about girls जो सीरिया गई है, terrorism है, kidnap हुए. That is that space. So there you can maybe be worried about crossing lines of fiction and reality, but in this it is only fiction. So I believe cross all the lines and commit. Yes, there are villains with the pins and needles in his face. There is a villain who's called Acid Anna. There's Magnet Nina, and like she has a gun that has magnets, and she can. You understand what will happen
when that happens.
So that action sequence is Acid Anna, who has a whole acid sequence. So he comes in with that and has a slow motion acid fight. So yeah, it's not a show that you're going to go watching saying ये नहीं होता है real life में, because ये नहीं होगा real life में.
That's the point of it.
And that's the point. So
True, fabulous. एक memory day, down the lane question what I had is, it's very interesting. What I always feel that you started with a banger. When you started back in 2008, you had 1920, and just in the best way possible, you brought it there on the map. But then there was a trial and error period. because there were some things that working out, some things not really working out, till you once again broke loose with having a character now that's now referring the form of Commando, then having Kerala story. Now you are just at it. My question is, as an actor, बहुत लोग perseverance की बात करते हैं, persevere करो, but it's easier said than done. But when you had that period from 2008 to 2017, perhaps, how was that for you? How was that period for you? And how do you make sure that you just keep going at it somehow?
The period was horrible, yeah, miserable था और कुछ नहीं मिला तभी. And लगा कि like after writing this मुझे लगा I should get is what I thought, and firstly I thought कि acting हो जाए. And मुझे डांस भी आता है जो किया नहीं था तब भी. I said I'm a Kathak graduate, so why am I not? So I thought बहुत कुछ मिलेगा. See, it's very easy to blame उसने उसको दिया उसने. But maybe I was not out there and I didn't know how to get work also. I think the fault also lies in maybe I didn't know how to put myself out there. मुझे नहीं आता है अपने आप को बेचना. I was not on social media also then. मैं सबको कहती थी I'm a very private person, so I won't be on social media. Then I did my debut film Heart Attack, and my director Puri Jagannath told me, he was like, why aren't you on Instagram? And I said, no, I'm a very private person. I don't. He said, private ho, isliye you should be on social media, because if you are private, you can put your stuff out there without interacting with people, and that becomes news. So I was like, oh,
awesome.
This seems fun. And then Instagram is fun for me. I do whatever I want to do. There's no policing, not too much.
Not too much, yes, yeah.
And no policing actually, if we be honest. And then after Kerala Studio, I'm considered for better roles, but I had to pick and choose from what I got then. I felt underutilized and really miserable. But I felt कि अभी ये है, अभी ये 5, this is okay, so let's do this film.
Correct.
Like that. Now I have 5 choices, or I have terrible, no way.
No way.
So then I don't do anything. Now I have, nice, wow, good. So that's my choice list.
Awesome. Yeah, that's the trajectory. And it seems so, weird to think that the person is talking about being a private person, not as social media, right now has one of the best social media presences. Because I think you know it, right? I'm sure you do it. You have a life of a different, like your social media life is crazy.
Yeah, it's quite mental. I know, no one will. But you get what I'm saying when I'm a private person. I see being introverted, it depends on your definition. I just like being with myself. I like being with nature. I like being the least interaction with, unless we have something releasing like this. But yeah, I know, it's good. But my friend looked at my social media and she told me your social media feed looks like garbage because everyone else's is aesthetic and neat and yours is zero aesthetic. It's, but I kind of enjoy it.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely.
See, that's my brand.
Yeah.
We lie and say that so that people say, oh.
I think your brand is humor. I think, in your case.
I think so. So then humor can be little like garbage also.
Exactly. And that's again very fitting into the segue. Humor and, joking around and humor, sometimes for people it's defense mechanism. It's या तो किसी के लिए होता है कि मैं naturally ऐसी हूँ. It's not just defense mechanism. मैं जो करती रहती है करता रहता हूँ. But for some people, it's defense mechanism. What has it been for you?
A mix of both, to be honest. I do use humor as a defense mechanism. I do all the time, actually. In life, even when some horrible situation happens, sometimes I just laugh and I think, oh my God, this is, what's happening.
Right.
So I think I take my work very seriously. That's life and death for me when I'm in front of the camera. But other than that, I try to not take myself very seriously. The more you do, the bigger your ego swells, and then get offended with what somebody else has told somebody else, and how did they talk to me like that, and now I won't. It just complicates my life.
True.
I try as much as I can to keep the ego as and I don't know if you find things funny or if you keep humor in your life just gets easy.
Absolutely. One more question in this context. I think every actor usually takes something from the character. No matter, even if you've done like 500 films, there's always there's always something that just stays.
I take something from everybody else's character who's also filming with me.
Yeah, exactly. So and here, even though of course we're talking about the disguise and multiple, but you're still a lawyer at the center of it, right? What is that one trait that you really took from Reeta Sanyal and that's gonna stay with you? You think perhaps forever, or at least for a certain period of time?
What I loved about the character Reeta now, who's the one in the lawyer's outfit, I enjoyed and I really like that she sticks with the truth. And even when things get really complicated,
Right.
completely out of hand, she's dealing with some really big political case, with some really powerful people, really corrupt people doing various things. And,
Yeah.
But she still sticks to the truth, yeah, and she knows that maybe if she try and take another way, things would be easier and she'd win maybe, but she decides to stick only with the truth
Right.
in court. I really like that she chose that path, and I like that will. It's a very aspirational character for young girls watching it also. I know after Kerala, a lot of girls watch the content that I do. So when I read the script, I was very inspired, and of course, it's with a dose of a lot of fun. So yeah, I'll take that back. I like that. And in life also, I try as much as I can to stick with the truth, and I always believe that in the long run, that's
Yes.
You know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so